Hey y'all, Iric Sky here, and I want to provide some home theater shopping advice for 2021. Now, technology is constantly changing, so home theaters from yesterday may no longer be really that relevant. Because, if you're like me, you're an older dude, you probably had the old, huge 5.1 surround sound system with the big receiver and the big subwoofer, and then the speakers where you had to run wires everywhere. And those in the day sounded good, but home theater technology has radically evolved. So what I'm going to talk about within this video, number one, are the decisions that I made for improving my home theater system and why I made those decisions. And before I continue, I want to remind everyone, expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find where to order all of these devices that I'm talking about. So this is my YouTube studio. It's a somewhat smaller space, but even with it being a smaller space, I do have this room is acoustically treated for my YouTube productions. And I wanted something when I'm editing my videos and I want to review the videos, something that is the best audio experience possible. And then also if I'm working out on my rowing machine, my exercise bike, or if I'm just sitting on my sofa over there, I want something that, I can rotate my TV accordingly. So that would be the sofa. This would be the rowing machine. This would be the bike. Something that I can push it back too if I want to. But something that would enable me to experience the best audio possible, but not take up a lot of space. And that's where a sound bar like this one comes into play. So this, and again, you can expand this video's description and then click the link there to find the way I've got all this set up. But I've got this sound bar mounted to the TV, and then the TV, as you saw, I've got it on an articulating mount. And all of this pairs very well together. It was very easy to set up. There's single stud configurations as well as stud configurations where you have, I think, 14 inches or so. Several different mount varieties. This one right here happens to be a single stud mount, and I've got it linked within this video's description. But the Sonos beam, the device, the mount that I've attached to it to mount the beam, I think it looks perfect, man. Just look at that. It's right in the middle. It moves with the TV. I don't have any wires showing. It's just a professional looking setup in my opinion. So, for home theater today, if you've got a smaller TV, I would definitely recommend something like this Sonos beam, because it doesn't, it's not too big for most TVs. This is a 40-inch TV, but it still provides awesome audio and and looks nice under the TV. This comes in a variety of different colors. You can get it in black, you can get it in white, but I think it looks really good. One of the things I like about this system is that with Sonos, when you set it up, by the way, this does not come with a remote control, which is great. So setting this up, they've got an app you download. You set it up through the app. If you just wanted to use the sound bar, you could. This has a decent amount of bass. It's not going to rock your socks off bass by any means. But if you just want to use the sound bar alone, that may be fine, especially for a smaller space. You may not need anything more. I paired this with the Sonos Sub Generation 3. The reason I did that, I wanted the extra bass. Now, if I had a larger space, I could also go in and add a 5.1 configuration. I could add Sonos speakers in the rear and and have surround sound. But there's so much you can do with this, and the reason I recommend Sonos, by the way, those extra speakers, if you did add them, in which I did add the sub, except for the power cable, they are wireless. So it integrates very well with your home Wi-Fi network. You don't have to worry about running wires through the walls. If you're like me, you may have built a house 20 years ago and you ran speaker wires and network cable all through your walls, and that's no longer an issue when you're going the Sonos route. And again, if I did want to relocate this in the future to another room, it'd be easy to do. And if I relocate it to another room and say that was a bigger room and I wanted to add surround sound speakers, I could add them. And I could pair it all through the app, through the Sonos app. And something that's really cool about this, for my iPhone, so after I set these up within the Sonos app, Then I pulled out my iPhone. It does this tuning. So basically, you sit in your desired location where you'll be watching TV. It makes some sounds, and then after that, you walk around, and it just analyzes the acoustics of your room. So to get a really custom sounding audio experience with Sonos is very easy. You just do it through the app with your iPhone. It works really well. One of the things that's impressed me most about this, and I've been using surround sound systems for 25 plus years. I mean, I've been in this stuff into this stuff for a long time. The thing that really differentiates this from other products that I've used, aside from the convenience, not having to run the wires and all of that, except for the power cables. You do have to have power cables. But the thing that's really differentiated it for me is just the way that the audio sounds so good. If I'm watching an action movie and people are speaking, I can hear those spoken parts crystal clear. With other systems, older systems, and even some current systems, if you listen to them, you may have a lot of bass, you may have something that really sounds loud, but you don't have the clarity. A lot of times those spoken parts sound muddy. It's just not a good experience. With Sonos, everything sounds crystal clear, and that's it's hard to want to use anything else after hearing this in your own environment. And it was again easy to set up using the app, and this also does AirPlay. So if you want to stream from your Apple device to this, you can use this, whether it's just the Beam or whether you've got it configured as a multi-speaker system with a sub and maybe some surround sound speakers. You can use it as an audio system for your Apple devices, which is really cool because it's got AirPlay integrated. So I mean, it's a and again, I mentioned it did not come with a remote. Super easy. I set up my Apple TV 4K remote with it because I use Apple TV 4K for my workouts. I set up my Fire Stick 4K remote with it because I use Fire Stick 4K for my normal TV watching. And super simple. And then also you can choose to control the volume through the Sonos app on your iPhone if you want to do that as well. So there's a lot of flexibility here. But the biggest thing that I like is just the ability to go in, start small. Maybe that you're going to add additional speakers, but just to get, your foot off the ground, adding that single speaker first, the sound bar. If you're mounting it to a TV, I would definitely recommend the sound bar. Put that on, enjoy it. Because when you put it on, you're probably like, man, this is probably, I don't know what types of speakers you've listened to, but I know this is the clearest speaker I've ever listened to as far as like just the overall, again, the quality of spoken parts. That's the thing that immediately let me know that that this is a high-end speaker, because I could hear how clear the spoken parts were, and I could discern the, even if there was an actor in the background speaking, and it was, typically it would be muffled on another type of speaker, you could still hear those subtle nuances. And I hear sound effects within movies with this that I didn't hear previously with inferior speaker equipment. So, whether you're doing the sound bar only or you're doing a sound bar with a sub, like I do here for my studio, home gym, TV watching area, or if you're doing a complete surround sound system, this is the direction I would go. I would definitely go Sonos. And it's, again, this is white. It comes in black. I like the white. I think it looks really cool against the black TV. And, I couldn't be happier. Yes, it is a little bit expensive, but if you think about it and you do your price checking and you look at traditional, home theater and boxes type deals and that, where you typically get all the components and this, that, and the other, it's just supposed to work. If you listen to those, even the ones at the higher price point, if you listen to those, you're probably going to find this is a lot more clear. And the beauty of this, yes, it is a little bit more expensive, but you can add the components one by one. So, maybe you're like me, you got the sound bar, okay? I'm gonna use it for a few months, then I'm gonna get the sub. Or maybe you want to do a 5.1 system. Maybe you want to add an additional sub. Maybe you want to have 2 subwoofers. You can customize the heck out of this. And the beauty is you can buy it piece by piece. And that's that's something that with these home theaters in a box type deal, you typically can't do that. You get what's in the box, and for the most part, it's kind of like camera equipment. You buy camera equipment, you get the kit lens with the camera, the lens that comes with the camera. It's typically all right, but it's nothing to ooh and ah about. Whereas this is kind of the same deal. It's not just all right, it sounds exceptional. And, again, if you're in a bigger space, you may even want to consider the Sonos Arc instead of the Sonos Beam like I've got. This thing sounds phenomenal. But, yeah, I just wanted to provide some recommendations there. So just a few takeaways. If you're shopping for home theater equipment, again, expand this video's description and click the link there and you can find it all there. But, for a smaller TV, I would probably go with the Beam. For a larger TV, I would probably go with the Sonos Arc. But there would be nothing wrong with attaching a Sonos Beam to a larger TV. I mean, it'll look smaller under the TV. You don't have to attach this to the TV. There's wall mounts available. You could mount it to the wall. You could put it on a piece of furniture below the TV, whatever you wanted to do. I like it on the TV, especially in a situation like I'm in where I rotate the TV. That way everything rotates together. So if I'm watching TV over there, the sound bar is facing me when I'm on my exercise bike. If I'm watching TV from my rowing machine, the sound bar is facing me. If I'm watching it from my sofa, the sound bar is facing me. I had a flush wall mount for this same TV, and I'm like, man, do I really want to take that off the wall? And I took it off the wall because I knew that in the long run that this would be more user-friendly, and it was worth my hour or so of taking the other one down, spackling, and putting in new holes for the new mount. It was worth it to me. And, I would highly recommend, putting it on a, unless you're only going to be watching from one location in your house, I would definitely recommend the articulating type wall mount like this. So, but it's, yeah, any questions you have, comment below. Again, I don't consider myself to be an audio expert. I'm definitely not an audio engineer or anything like that. But I do edit and publish a ton of YouTube videos here on youtube.com/IRIXGuy. So I appreciate quality audio because I do realize that audio is just as important, if not more important, than the quality of the video. So yeah, for that reason, and you probably hear my air conditioner. I do have a windscreen on my mic, but it's up above me. So talking about audio quality, it probably got briefly degraded when this heater came on, started blowing heat out. So yeah, but ask any questions you have. I'm here to answer in just no nonsense fashion. I'm not going to give you all the technical, well, this decibel level is this and that. I'm not going to give you all of that. That's not me. Maybe you're into the technical stuff and that would be something to ask somebody else. But if you're just wanting advice for something that sounds great and what would I do if I was in your shoes? Ask questions, man. I'll try my best to answer. And again, expand this video's description and then click the link there and you can find where to order it all online. And be sure to subscribe to my channel, youtube.com/IRIXGuy. And when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain IRIXGuy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/IRIXGuy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership and y'all have a good day.